All right, so I'm sat here with Alan Toweel. Alan, it's been a while since obviously I've seen you, and it's been a while since some of the boxes that you've had in the ring. How are you feeling?
No, I'm feeling good. Thank you. Thank you for giving us another opportunity, Hayden. Interviewing myself, my boxers. I really appreciate it.
I say that, but you've been really unlucky with the promotions that you've been dealing with in the last year or so.
I'll tell you, Hayden, you won't believe how many contracts we've signed, how many promises were made to us, month in and month out. It's just like one thing after the other. I'll give you a typical example. Toweel was supposed to fight 2 weeks ago in the Eastern Cape. The promoter didn't even contact me. We were supposed to fly out on Friday morning. The weigh-in was on Friday. Thursday night comes, no one contacted me. Only afterwards. It's just crazy. But you know what? We have to soldier on and just keep going, basically. And when they say for the love of the game, it is for the love of the game. Bangili himself promised fights, also fell through. Even before, when he lost the SA title, we were supposed to fight in January of last year. Yeah. Pulled out. Then we were supposed to fight in March. Then April. Too many disappointments. But we just carry on, That's how it is.
I wanted to ask, that's how do you carry on in that instance? Because, it's been a rough year. In boxing, professional boxing isn't supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be, the business is supposed to be, it happens every now and then, very rarely, but, that is really unlucky. So you have all that string of, promises that were broken.
You know what, you always think to yourself, there are good people in the game, and you can turn to those good people, And maybe not immediately, but somewhere in the distance, they will turn to you and assist you and get you fights. And that's, for example, Boxing 5 Promotions, Larry Weinstein, and he's an example. Even Golden Gloves is an example, So going through those disappointments, you say to yourself, I've got a camp of 5 guys, I have to look after them. We have to keep them motivated. Just keep on going and hoping that the good comes along, and it eventually did come along for this tournament. And I'm very appreciative, really appreciative. You don't understand. Toweel, Vuzi, really appreciative for getting an opportunity and even being on a headliner. That's amazing. That's amazing, So hopefully it all goes well.
Vuzi, let's go to Vuzi first, because he's the main event of the evening, the Gauteng title. He spoke really well in his interview. He's a very confident guy. His career's obviously changed. You've reinvented him as well. What's your thoughts on him now? Because he's looking great.
There's a story I wanted to tell about Vuzi, but I wanted to talk after the fight. But maybe I'll talk about it now. Vuzi was with me in the beginning, and he had an up and down career. And like he said, discipline was an issue. It was an issue, and he's honest about it. And I kudos to him for being honest. And then he disappeared for 2.5 years. And then one day he came back to my gym. He came to me about, I think, 2 years back or so, and he asked to come back. So I looked over the gate. I never opened the gate. I said to him, no, I'll speak to him in 8 months' time. Come back to him in 8 months' time. Because it's not easy, guys, not disciplined, and they mess around, but he came back. So then I came inside and I felt terrible. I really felt. I said, what am I doing? Maybe I should take him back. So I left it. And then 8 months down the line, Bangili comes to me and he says to me, Coach, remember that one boxer you said he must come back in 8 months? I said, yes. I said, tell him to come back in 2 years. So he said, no, Coach, don't do that. And again, I felt bad, So then I thought, no. After Jeff won the SA title, I said, last year, it was last year, I think, or the year before, I can't recall, yeah. I said, no, let me phone him up. So I phoned him up. I said, Vuzi, you know what? Let's try it again. And I'm glad I did it. I felt better. But at that time, I felt terrible the way what I said to him, But I was upset, But anyway, he's come back and he's really motivated to do something good in the game. So let's see. He's up for the Gauteng title. And for us, any title, a provincial, it's a prestigious belt because it leads you to something better at the end of the day, And we've got this fight, and now he's going to do his all to win this fight.
Well, with the approval of BSA, Larry Weinstein's managed to get a Gauteng title actually made. So the winner of the fight actually gets to keep the belts. I know typically the belt gets passed around from corner to corner, but the winner of the fight gets it. So that's obviously a nice part for the boxers, because you've had it before with Chafiwa Munyai not being able to get his SA title. You've experienced that. What's the feelings on now, Larry, coming up with that initiative?
I think it's excellent because it's for the boxer. You see, when someone says, "Are we doing it for the boxer?" Sometimes those words are said too often. Yeah. But with Larry, action speaks now. You know, action speaks louder than words, and it's so great. That's what I'm excited also, that he can hold. Actually, funny enough, I was saying to Vuzi, if you win the Gauteng belt, you can hold it.
Yes.
You can keep it. Am I right? Yeah, you can keep the belt. It's a special thing.
Yeah.
You know, something that they'll always have.
It's the first time.
First time, you see.
Yeah, and the fact that it's a 10-round fight, you've been in the ring. It's a very similar situation to Sinakosi Molotwa, because he was a great boxer as well, undefeated, very skillful. Becky Maitse is the son of Nyangani as well, so I saw you said in the media, either it's going to be the son or the father, which is first, and then, you know, Vusi echoing that as well. Which fight did you want first? I just want to put it to you that way.
I wanted the son first,
Okay.
you know. I like to go step by step, so I wanted the Gauteng to win the Gauteng. We want to win the Gauteng title first. Then we can say we are eligible, or we're ready for the SA title. We're the next person in line for the SA title.
How do you see the fight playing out?
Vuzi, I want Vuzi. Vuzi's going to beat him. Vuzi's trained extremely hard. You know what it is? Vuzi's desperate. He hasn't fought for a year. We've been struggling to get fights. And when a man is desperate, he's dangerous. And that type of man, they must be very careful of, you know. So Vuzi, I believe Vuzi will win. It'll be maybe a tough fight, but Vuzi should take this guy. He really should.
All right, and then on the same card, Wewege, another one of your prospects coming through the ranks. He's fighting Keegan Mills. A good fight for him at light heavyweight, just to test him out and see where he is. First thing he's got to do is beat the scale. He's got to get there and fight at the light heavyweight division. How's he going?
I'm so happy it was Keegan Mills also, because I don't know if a couple of months ago I put on social media, these are the guys we want to fight. I mentioned Keegan Mills was one of the opponents, simply because Tuve's going down a division. Okay, Keegan Mills, irrespective of his record, he's a warrior. He'll be there. He's a tough character. It's going to be a tough fight for Tuve. You know, this is no easy win. Never mind about losses. He's never been knocked down. I don't think he's been dropped. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I stand to correction. But it's a good fight for Tuve, who's coming down to light heavyweight division, to get the feel of being a light heavyweight and see how he performs against a solid, strong man in Keegan Mills. So I expect that to be a good fight. When they say fight of the night, maybe that will be a fight of the night, you know.
So there's a lot of contenders for fights of the night as well. I've looked at the bill, and it looks like a lot of 50-50 fights in my eyes, just judging by the May 5 tournament. But Tuve has also had a couple of call-outs on social media as well. A guy from Zimbabwe, Timbani Mslanga as well, who's called him out. What did you make of that? Because he made all these pictures of Tuve as well.
Yes. I think it's good. He's next, because Tuve wants him. And Tuve's going to carry him out the ring. Yeah, like he's carrying Tuve in his hands, Tuve will carry him out the ring. We want him next. But first, let us sort out Keegan Mills. Yeah. Keegan Mills is a serious contender for us, you know, and let's do the job on the 5th of May.
I'll always love to jump to the big fights. Obviously, you don't. I know you don't. From previous records, you like to take it one at a time. But the division is very thin. Is the ultimate goal first to get to that, to pile up some wins and then challenge for the SA?
Yes, definitely, without a doubt. We want the SA title, so we've got to have a few wins before we get there, you know. And there's a lot of light heavyweights.
All of a sudden, yeah.
There's Tace, there's Michael Head, there's Dylan Prosser. Yes, we want that guy. Okay. That guy we want also, you know. But not all in good time, you know. So, but step by step, you know. Like I said, performance is on the 5th of May, and it's on a great tournament. And that's where we're going for. SA title is our goal.
I always got to ask, because it's been such a long time, but I know probably you don't have that, I wouldn't say the hunger now to do it anymore, is the promotional side of the game with your family. It's been a while since we've been to the Bergari Centre. Is that going to happen in the future or not?
I want it to happen in the future, but with all what's happening at the moment with the boxing politics, let that settle first, you know. And then my sister and I, we've been talking about it. I want to go to that route eventually, but not yet. Okay. You know, I'm getting fights now, so it's cool. My boys are on track now, you know. So we'll talk.
You built up a number of stars over the years through that promotion, obviously assisting your boxers get to the next level. Now that you've got a bit of a smaller stable as well, do you want to keep it small? Do you want to build it? What's the look?
No, I want to keep it small. I've got a new prospect on board. She's a lady, Tyler Promnick. So she's going to start off also. My first female boxer. Yeah, let's see how she goes. No, I don't want to talk big about it. And I've got Tuvia and Bangile and Rafiu is still there, and Vuzi. So let's see how we go. and we'll take it from there.
All right. You mentioned Bangile Nyangani. I've also seen rumors of, well, not a rumor, it's official now that you said that he's moved to the flyweight division. Explain the change, because it's not just one, it's two divisions that you're hopping up.
Okay. He's completely outgrown both divisions, the mini fly and the junior fly. If you look at him, his arms have, his shoulders have developed, And when he lost there in the Eastern Cape, he lost. Cool. He lost the fight. Okay. But it wasn't that Bangili, weight is a problem for him. So what we're going to do, I thought, let's go to the junior flight. He still can't make the junior. It's impossible. His body's just developed. It happens. So the flyweight will be the division that he'll be campaigning in, and I do believe he's going to make waves in the flyweight division. Hopefully he'll be in the ratings at the bottom part, obviously, and we'll work our way up. But I would like him to fight eventually for the SA flyweight title.
I was going to ask as well, do you keep one eye on the Ramachole versus Sotomela fight?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We want to fight Frank. We want to fight Ramachole. That champion that won the SA title now, Sabisi, yeah? From Natal. Yeah. What's that fight? Bangili will take those guys. I'm telling you now. I'm positive about it. I believe he has the ability to beat those guys, to beat Sabisi, But like I said, we've got to build ourselves up, and let's see. Let's see from there. And I'm excited because it's like a whole new venture for us, So no matter how demotivated we were after the loss of the SA title at the mini fly, this has rejuvenated us now to get to that level.
I would also say a lot of people, especially when I talk to flyweights, are really happy that Jackson Chauke has gone on the RBO route and, obviously provided a new younger generation the opportunity to fight for the SA. Should it have been Jackson as the SA champion, would you have seen it as an extremely difficult fight?
Yes, without a doubt. Jackson's got experience. I don't care about his age. He's a good fighter. He's proven himself. He's not finished. He's got a lot of fight in him. So I would have worried. I wouldn't even have thought of Jackson yet, I'm just thinking of these other names that I've mentioned to you, which I believe Bangili has the ability to win, to beat.
Beats as well. And you mentioned that you have Numashungwa as well. What are the plans with him?
Yeah, also a problem with Numashungwa. Lack of fights, trying to get him fights, promises. But he's still a bantamweight. He's out of the SA ratings. He'll have to have one win to get back into the SA, unfortunately. His loss was against the late Ronald Malindi on a split decision. Yeah. I thought he won that fight, with all due respect. So he's still there, Yeah, I'm going to try. Hopefully I can get him a fight in June. Get a win, get back into the ratings, and build ourselves up towards that SA title.
All right, so there are some things on the go. Your female fighter, is there a date assigned for her to make a debut?
Not yet, yeah. Okay. I'm keeping in the gym for another 2-3 months, and then I can start letting her. She's only 18 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's a baby, So, but she's had amateur fights, she had white collar, she had amateur. There's not much happening in the amateur scene. But let's see how she goes. Yeah.
And I know it's been a while since we've spoken, so I mean, a lot's going to hopefully happen this year, as opposed to like last year was a very, very. I don't think anyone had a really standout year last year. I think besides maybe Sivanati Nonshinga, who became the world champion and reclaimed his belt again. I think it's been a really quiet one, and obviously Kevin Lerena as well, who made waves.
Besides those two, it's been quiet for a lot of people. It's been tough, And it's a tough sport to be in, make no mistake. But I do believe that cycle will change to positive moves, And thank God for Nonshinga for winning that title. It does bring hope for the sport as a whole. Even Kevin, he lost there. He put up a good fight. I enjoyed that fight. And I appreciate guys that put their hearts and soul on the line for the sake of South Africa, for the sake of the sport. So thank goodness for those guys. We've still got a good breed of fighters behind us also that will eventually move to that level.
Yeah, so a lot of new generation guys. Alan, just lastly from your side, is there anything that I've left out that you might want to have mentioned or brought up?
No, I'm happy. Thank you for interviewing me. I'm just grateful to Larry Weinstein and to Colin, Nathan, and to Abby Mnisi, that whole boxing fire, for giving us that opportunity. I really appreciate it. You don't understand how I appreciate that. It's sometimes you get so desperate. And the fighters are. You can see they're sticking it out, but so I'm very appreciative of that, and I thank them for giving us that opportunity on the 5th of May. People must come watch. That's going to be a good tournament. It's going to be good fights. A lot of my clients I've told to come and join us. I also want to thank the sponsors that have always been with us for years. Paolo Onofre of Metrum He's always looked after my boys, you know. He's a wonderful man. He loves the game, the sport, boxing, so he's been there. And also Daniel for Capfest Holdings also helped us, you know. So I think at the end of the day, and I mustn't forget Sharon Toweel, Westinghouse Brake and Equipment, yeah. So they've been with me for years and years, so I really appreciate all their assistance and help. So don't forget, 5th of May, that's the big one.
All right, so all the best for your fighters on the day, and obviously exciting news coming forward for some of the other fighters in the gym as well. Alan, thank you very much for catching up with me today.
Thank you, Hayden. Thank you.